Okay, sorry for being extremely late. I overslept, but oversleeping means that I actually got sleep. So that's pretty cool. That's neat. I'm a fan of that. How's everybody doing? Nunu, Viper, Priz, Jester, Pup T, Super, Big Bog. Cat, what are you doing? Are you gonna stop catting if I let go? Okay, continue catting. Holy fuck, is that TBJ underscore quag a rare once a day sight? How you doing, Asa? Hey Aaron, how you doing? Um okay, so today I feel like we do this once in a while. But we're in for some digiclone science. So first of all, I need to do the very important step of copying this save because imagine making new characters for stuff. Apparently I already have a save named that. Like, I have enough different character files in this folder that, I can type random numbers and letters, and chances are it's something that already exists. Wonder why? Listen. So, something Butter was messing around with, Brick of Butter was messing around with, is, where is it? Quick Breather. Seems to start Clone's shield recharge as well, which means there's some potential for spamming some cool effects. So I figured I'd, pop some interesting shields onto Clone and see what happens. Now, O.M is an obvious one that works well on him. Do we have Fractal Frags? We do. We have Seeing Dead. Let's give him that, see what happens. I don't think this is going to lead to anything, you know, groundbreaking, but it's always fun to mess around with weird little interactions like this, and this is a way of squeezing some content out while I'm barely awake. Okay, so he's in the circle. He gets the buff. Clone benefits from standing in an Om-Nom, but, like, you benefit him by standing in one as well. I don't have the kit on me to do that at the moment, but we'll work towards that. Hope this build doesn't abuse Groundbreaker. I mean, not more than any other build. What do you mean? Clone doing damage won't build up your Groundbreaker at all. It's not your damage. Are you gonna joke your groundbreaking comment? Ah, okay, okay. So with both me and Clone in Om-Nom circles, wait, we can just swap back and forth. That's kind of funny. Or I could just stand next to him. I suppose another thing you could do, I was thinking about you can have Clone hold an Alchemist. Do I have one on me? Probably do. Seems like something I would have in this save, unless I got rid of it for speedrunning purposes. I guess I did. You could have a Clone hold an Alchemist so that he damages himself every time he shoots. And then you give him a, some kind of shield you want to break. Or an effect that would be advantageous for the player. One of the reasons I like the Alchemist is it'll damage you regardless of whether you hit anything with a shot. But the thing is, if you give Clone an Alchemist, then Clone's not holding a Guardian Angel. So actually, one of the things I wanted to try, I should give myself the gear for, I wanted to try Messy Breakup Clone. Because people like to convince themselves that Messy Breakup Warloader is good. It's good as a stretch. But I figure maybe Clone can do it too. I guess I go with... Do I go with... Action skill start here? Yeah, and then I'll spam a Mantis. Hey newbie, how you doing? Frozen Heart Snowshoe might be fun. Yeah, one of the advantages of how Frozen Heart and Snowshoe work is even if you're not using them for their damage, which Frozen Heart can be very good for damage on its own. But a low-level Frozen Heart would break very easily from clone shooting an Alchemist. And it would still freeze everything. And you'd still get value from it being low-level on your person as well. So I think that's interesting. Do I have Generate Terror on here? I don't. I need to give myself something for that. Light speed, cryo. Generate terror melee. Made a funny little Kensei Hunter Seeker Amara build yesterday. It's pretty fun. Yeah, I like Kensei Hunter Seeker. I understood it basically percent of your base melee damage formula gets your melee damage bonuses to not count as melee damage. So it's a bonus element that has damage source melee. It's a 10 or 15%. I don't remember the exact value. That counts as melee damage. So that bonus element will be that percentage of the thing it's piggybacking on as its base damage. It'll be the element of your action skill. It'll get that times 16 melee mayhem scaling. It'll increase with melee damage bonuses. Any effects that care if you got a melee kill, for example, those would trigger, such as Combo Breaker and Ebb and Flow. Benefits from the melee multiplier versus frozen targets. Benefits from Unweave the Rainbow. But it does not trigger melee artifacts, is the big thing. Yeah. Or Body and Mind, or things like that. Guess I do that. Hey Huntress, how you doing? Pull him off the edge. Hey, Film, thank you for the 20 months. I appreciate it. Oh, Film got himself the light speed. I don't have sentinels, so I don't know how I get up here. be that. Like, when it's on, it's on. But, I don't know. The thing is getting clone to get multiple drones. Yeah, see, that's his over there. And if I swap with him, takes another shot, you should get another one. Should, right? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so maybe we need which one's real. To make him take damage more frequently. Himself up there. I'm down for radical. You red flacker. It's fun. Okay, let's see. Skill tree wise, I could definitely make this fit better. This particular setup was not directly designed for Mantis use. Like, that's why I don't have proliferation. Our man Flint has some value here if I run Colder Shoulder. Really not much else to change in the skill tree department. Gear could be very different though. Seeing Dead makes the most sense here because it'll mean Clone will throw the most grenades, and since he's holding a GA, that's smart. Now the thing with that is I need him to hold a grenade that he's less likely to blow himself up with, maybe? Beskar might be a giggle. Were you around yesterday, Aaron? We ended up doing something cool with the Beskar on Amara. He said Hunter Seeker doesn't get grenade damage. I need to find a replacement stat for that on my Kensei. I tend to go for melee damage, cooldown rate as the top 2 priority on the class mod. Grenade capacity is honestly a good extra one there. It's busy getting consumed by Pizza Tower. I'll show you that real quick. I'll show you the MR thing real quick. Grenade capacity is not a bad stat there also. It's like 7 grenades. 7 extra. Quick detour while I think on the Zane stuff. Here, charge shield, too much incoming damage. The thing that we're structuring around here, J-Bridge, is that quick breather, the shield refill, or the health refill for a Digiclone when you swap places with him, also starts his shield regen. And Messy Breakup is of the category of shields that does not have to fully recharge to get its on-break effect again. So if we can put Clone in a position where he's still taking damage after the swap, we can just keep swapping on cooldown, and every swap will be another drone. That's the idea. We'll go back to that after I do this Amara thing. Didn't realize that about Messy Breakup. What a W. Yeah, that's a big reason why it's seen as a good option for loader, because it's not really a positioning check. It's just, do you ever take damage? Yeah. Would it be fun in the clone? It would be. Hey, Homan, how you doing? What grenade damage sort of guess in case I got it before I got an answer. Yeah, grenade damage would just apply to the actual impact of the drone, just to say, not much of the damage. We got a functional Grenade Amara that uses Golden Rule and Beskar. And we have a Last Stand artifact. Sorry, Last Stand D. And it's a URAD setup. Zane definitely looks weird. Hey, Harv. I was just explaining the thing we were messing around with yesterday. I will be going back to Zane in a moment. Hope you're doing well. No, the more and more I watch you ruin and others play, the more I slowly start regretting going all in on Mo's. I mean, there's no reason not to have a favorite character. Like, Black is my comfort zone. But they all have different gameplay experiences. Locking yourself to just one is a limiting choice. Yeah, you can just play more. Morning, Urban Mech. I like Mo's a lot, too. I like all the Vault Hunters. Zane being my least favorite, but there's still things I like to do on Zane. It's fine, we got cool second wind tech. We got a Pestilence for that. Never allowed to only choose one. Zane is the only right answer. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. It is morally incorrect to have a favorite that isn't Flak. But I love you despite your flaws. So the cool thing about the Beskar is you have 50% damage reduction while it's equipped. And it's not the traditional damage reduction, like it's not the same kind of damage reduction as, say, Amara's Helping Hand skill, which I do also have max. It is actually a true, like, hey, whatever damage you would have taken, take half. Which makes it extremely powerful. And since this Beskar also has a reflect part, we're able to, after going down once, get the Beskar's reflect to inherit the properties of the reflect part, meaning we don't take any damage from reflected projectiles after that first down. So we are very sturdy, despite not having any healing and always damaging ourselves. Additionally, there's a last stand prefix on my artifact, meaning every... you saw it triggering there. What's the cooldown of this? Yeah, every 45 seconds, I just become immune for 5 seconds. Ooh, no hounds. Hey kitty, how you doing? Thing's the only incorrect favorite. What's his Iron Baron Cub? Moe's does have those. Intentionally triggering my last stand, so it'll be available later if I need it. Okay, there's a tower bubble with a grenade on a Mara. Just gonna hang out here and... Okay, there's last stand. We can just light speed that. There we go. Non-stick grenade at that. Yeah, just a light speed. Just big chillin'. Show build. This is the result of yesterday's build science. For the self-damage option, you can either use a low-level sellout or a low-level pestilence. Either do the job. Sellout more optimal, but there's some use cases where pestilence is good. Hey Bocat, how you doing? We have this other pestilence for getting second wins. Getting second wins is actually Amara's biggest weak point in this entire game. Like, she has the most problems with that because so much of Amara's damage is tied to activating her action skills, something she can't do while she's down. She's got the least single target damage with guns out of any of the characters, so she struggles the most to get up. Pestilence Nova is action skill damage, splash damage, and gun damage, and it's multi-target, so we just spam that until we get up. Morning, Sun. Guardian Angel, of course, because non-gun stuff. Face Puncher's there for absolute emergencies. I didn't use it once that run, and I don't like to use it for this, but it's just there because it would be weird not to have it. Beskar with Booster and Reflect. Boosters to mitigate the self-damage a little bit during downtime. It sometimes saves my life. Reflect is so that after going down and getting back up once, the Beskar's Reflects inherit the effects of the legendary or the non-legendary part Reflect, which means that you will no longer take damage from reflected projectiles. Deathless to make this Beskar super beefy and to keep our Urad Anoint on. We got grenade damage on the Deathless. We got grenade damage on the Golden Rule. 3 Mindfulness, 2 Laid Bear. Light Speed. Light Speed is parts locked, so it's really easy to get for this. And skill tree wise, max Anima, 1 Infusion, Green Tree down to max Helping Hands, 2 Arm Steel. The reason for these 2 arm seal points is actually more the splash damage reduction than the splash damage. With the 5 points here, the 2 points there, and the Beskar's damage reduction, that's enough to make it so that this Pestilence does very little damage. I'll break it so you can see. It only does about 12k damage every time. However, that's without buffs and stuff. And that'll add up over time. So one of the reasons why the sellout is better is because it's a little less risky. A little less harmful to your health. Yeah, Purple Tree. Clear the mind, of course. Action skill stuff. And, yeah, 3 Tapestry is like... The 2 extra points in Tapestry don't do anything, but because of my Mayhem modifiers, I'm running M10, so I have access to more than OK Boomer. Which means I have not the face in my very hard slot, so my crits are actually hugely nerfed here. That matters, because Lightspeed can crit, the ASC 50s on it can crit. So those are getting nerfed. But this also means that I don't need to worry about increasing my crit damage, because I just won't want to crit anyway. Yeah, that's the Amara thing. Anyway, back to Zane. I never turned on EchoCast, did I? Oopsie, my bad. Minus rolls in common, artifact and stuff that you're at annoying. This isn't too different from Gundava, so may try throwing some light speeds around. Yeah, I think Stone Swan mentioned the other day that light speed should work well on Gundava. It's just you don't have a weapon anoint helping the nades. No need to aim for crits, the Quag story. Listen. Hey CZ, how you doing? Okay, I could toss these anarchies to be honest, but let's wait on that. I don't want to get rid of things before I have to. Opted for you out on my Hunter Seeker setup. Do you think I should just get splash radius to replace the grenade damage to make resolutions bigger? It's certainly an option. Yeah. Why aim when AoE? Okay, so I want more messy breakups for the clone. There is a world in which I throw pyro bursts on this build. There is a legitimate case for me throwing pyro bursts to break clone's shield myself. Is a better ion loader. That's the goal. ASC Splash might be a shot for GA. Unfortunately, well, actually, fortunately, GA can't get that. Viper. So if you want any non-URAD anoints on the GA that would help your grenades, it would have to be like 150 over 90 or 25 under 50 or Terror. Okay, I kind of want more purple so I can get proliferation so I can use the cannon more myself. But in all honesty, what if I just didn't use Mantis? What if I just continued using Sentinel? Kind of like that idea, to be honest. Don't need that. Like, if I went with, I went back to Terra damage and fire rate over here. and then I ran a messy breakup, just with the melee generate terror, then like I wouldn't have too many of them myself, but I'd always have the option of swapping clone to a position where he could get more. I'm willing to try it. I'm willing to try it. Now, the big thing here is I don't have much in the way of bonus element support by doing this. So I'm thinking maybe switching back to Conductor for this. See Undead is a slight winner for the purposes of Hemovorus, and like that's it really. Hemovorus and I guess Slaughter Star. Oops, forgot to put Anoint. But everywhere else, Conductor is fairly comfortably better. That's the thing with Seeing Dead. It's got far fewer use cases than people give it credit for. So... not having Doppelbanger would be weird. This is what allows me to get more drones myself. So I'll see how I can get by without which one's real. As long as I'm far enough away, clone should be the only valid target for enough enemies for this to work out okay. So we'll go with that. Hey, Tujala. What have I been up to? Same as always. Playing a bunch of different games. Been enjoying some BL3 as of late. It's one of those things I always go back to comfortably. Seen Dead Fractal Frags fan. Yeah, that's an option. I'm trying out Conductor for the benefit of my own messy breakup and my Sentinel. Let's see how that goes. I dare you imply that the 2020 meta is no longer meta. Still amusing to me when I'd see people going absolutely apeshit over farming, say, a Light Show, for example. Light Show is literally the weakest legendary pistol in that DLC. Like, think about that for a second. Kinda funny. Ever play Borderlands 1? Very rarely. Miscreant's better than Light Show. Miscreant's splash, Aaron. Understandable, have a day. On Borderlands 1? Nice. Where's my drones? Oh, the Herald with its buff. People ignoring Miscreant and using the Light Show for Mo's. It happens so often. It's like, why? Like, there is literally not a single legendary pistol in DLC 3 that can't outperform the Light Show. The most fringe one, the most questionable part of that statement is the Bloom. But guess what the Bloom is? Splash. The Bloom is a single projectile splash gun, aka short fuse, playing dirty, two-fang, all that, going crazy. What's Miscreant? It's a Vladov pistol. It's the other Vladov pistol in that DLC. High fire rate, flash projectiles. Underrated. Made a blue Moe's setup and cleared Turmal on takedown with it. I'd say that setup would have an easier time than Moe's with a light show. Gargoyle, very cleanly better. Beacon, very cleanly better. Herald, very cleanly better. Bloom and Miscreant with investment, better. Raider Borderlands 4? I'm gonna be honest, I don't really care. Like, Borderlands 4 is... I don't really care. When it happens, cool. That'll be fun. I will definitely play it, enjoy it, get a lot of value out of it. Blanc? Blanc can be built around. Blanc, by way of being Dahl, has better crit stuff to lean into. And once its gimmick is stacked, the Blanc's damage is actually decent. Now, in terms of plug and play on a build, you can make a case that Light Show is way easier to use than a Blanc. And on, say, something like Hellzerker, I would take a Light Show over a Blanc still. Counterpoint to that, I might have forgotten the Blanc existed. Maybe better than the third one? How would anyone know that, Tujella? How would anyone know whether a game that does not exist and has not been announced be better than a game that already exists? And for that matter, better is subjective. Like, who defines better? What defines better? This is one of my biggest problems with the Borderlands fandom. Like, don't get ahead of yourself. Just enjoy stuff in its own time. People are so fast to want to compare things. You want to compare the old games to the new games. You want to compare the old games to the ones that don't exist yet. Just, like, relax. Seeing that is good because it's consistent with playing dirty. Uses Light Show. I still maintain that I would care more about a Wonderlands 2 than a Borderlands 4 because creativity and potential. But that's just me. Morning, Primordial. How you doing? Angry baby. Weird Zane stuff is my favorite. What's the build? Currently this is just Remote Ranger, but I'm messing around with Messy Breakup. Seeing how that feels. Messy Ranger. Hey, Mr. Sean, how you doing? But besides clone, HP, shield, same as character. Clone's got his own stats in general, but you have a few ways of influencing. Clone always gets a copy of your equipped shield. Remote breakup. Wow. I'm sure some of those happened in 2020. Clone always gets a copy of your equipped shield. If you have the double barrel skill selected, then he also gets a copy of the gun in your hand when you spawn him. And then Boom Enhance sacrifices some grenades to spawn Clone with more HP, depending on how many you have when the skill's activated. Unfortunately, with this light speed, he does keep blowing himself up. Pursue other grenade options. I could give him a triple sticky just because it'd be funny. He missed. He threw several triple stickies and missed. It's better than him hitting himself, I guess. It is cool having messy breakup on this setup. No idea what that sticky hit for, but it was over damage cap. Here's where the sauce happens. We keep swapping inside of Wotan's damage aura, and we'll keep getting drones. No, clone died. Try the same thing with Seeing Dead and see how fast Clone blows himself up every encounter. That is something I'm curious about. Clone shooting the GA. He's so based. He knows what's up. Yeah, back to the Borderlands 4 topic. I can already tell you exactly how that's going to go. People are going to expect it to be a perfect game on launch. It's not going to be. People are going to call it a failure. They're going to make videos on how it was such a departure from everything they love and how it ruined their life and fucked their dog and ate their breakfast. And then they're going to quit and then pretend that the previous release was their favorite thing ever. What's happening? Someone asked if I was excited for Borderlands 4 CZ, and I'm like, I don't care. Like, it's a hypothetical game at this point. We know it's gonna happen, but it hasn't been announced, so we have no info to go off of anyway. It's literally not even worth thinking about. This got spicy real fast, wanted to make sure. And then even things outside of just like the LAN's fandom's reception of things. K6 made a good point about this on the old Bird app yesterday. In terms of how people receive new media in general, like, it's not about enjoying it anymore, it's about looking for flaws and finding faulty comparisons. He was specifically talking about how people view new characters, but I think that applies to media as a whole. People don't go into things wanting to like them. At least gamers don't. Oh, Automod got you? For that, and I get it, but like, Automod is tryharding again. It's an acronym, Automod. It's not what you think. No, I know what that actually is. Like, I respect the effort, Automod. I respect the effort. Perfect Borderlands game can't exist. To be fair, applies to any game. Exactly, Broadway. You're 100% right. Perfect is not an attainable goal. Now, it doesn't mean it shouldn't be... You know, you should always strive for as close to perfection as you can. But ultimately, remember that any creative thing, be it games, be it art, be it film, is ultimately going to be received subjectively. For some people, for example, Borderlands 2 is like their favorite game of all time. For me, I would rather brush my teeth with sandpaper than play that game unmodded. It's subjective. Enjoy pre-sequel Vault Hunters, but not the gameplay. Still playing pre-sequel. I really like the character design in pre-sequel as well. People very easily self-report on that too. I want X, and in the same sentence they say the opposite. Yeah. Or in one title they ask for a specific thing, they're given that in the next title, and then they ask for the first thing back. Like, Pre-sequel, vanilla, no community patches, difficult to like. There's not a lot of game there, is its biggest problem in my opinion. There's also some hiccups with the pacing of the playthrough experience. The loot acquisition system is not very well thought through. But in terms of the core gameplay, like when you're just moving around and playing in combat, it's up there for me. I like it. I like the movement, I like the skill trees, I like the weapons. And to me, that's the most important stuff, if I like the gameplay. That's why I'm about to have 7,000 hours in this game, because I like the gameplay. Forgot to swap clone for a while, huh? He got himself with a sticky. Personally, at least in recent years, realized that I really don't enjoy watching games, things I don't like. And if I knew going into a piece of media I didn't want to enjoy it, not watching playing is a far better option than hate watching. Yeah, like, if I don't have an interest in a thing, I just don't consume it. It's really that simple. Like, I don't let it fester. I don't continue to expose myself to, like, communities of people who are trying to enjoy a thing. I just don't interact. Like, you can just not enjoy a thing without trying to actively ruin it for other people. Super easy. Hey, loading. How you doing? Compose a tweet. I can do that. I haven't done one of these in a while. We'll go with a very enthusiastic smiley thing. I have not been paying much attention to Twitter lately. I've forgotten to go live tweet like 3 streams in a row. 2 streams in a row. There you go. If you want to like it and stuff, feel free. How you doing, loading? Hey, Beef. How are you? I like playing through TPS more than I like playing through BL2. Like the fact that I never really farm much until you VHM. If you get pretty decent world drops with TPS, the vendors are pretty viable throughout the game. Still like the lack of content at the end of the game. Also, Claptastic Voyage is arguably one of the best DLCs the franchise for me. Yeah, I think those are pretty agreed upon takes in general, Beef. For at least the majority of people I interact with. I agree with all of that. Mr. Leaves. Mr. Wake. You see that Walking Wake's about to be banned in, like, every format. Funny. How about you? I'm doing okay. Glitch guns are such an inspired idea. Yeah. It's that poorly drawn comic about someone saying something to a group of people and the only response is a thumbs up. Yep, I know the one. I know the one. Pokemon make an oopsie. The Paradox Suicune that came out is busted. It's so strong. It's incredibly powerful. It's funny because Paradox Virizion is just kind of shit. But Paradox Suicune is crazy. It O-code Palafin? No. Stop. Did I say hi? Maybe. I don't know. Hi, Broadway. Good to see you. Oh, clone bug. Oh, clone blew himself up. Yeah, if you're using particularly volatile grenades, then the Undead's way worse. I'm gonna go catch mine, been busy with other stuff. Definitely grab it before it goes away. It's only catchable for 2 weeks. And it's been 1. It's a 5-star raid, you can get it in like 5 minutes. It moves 120 base power and rain it's on. Yeah, its signature move is a 100 accuracy water special move that's 120 base power in rain or sun, 80 outside. And it's a water dragon. A not super fragile water dragon. It also gets Flamethrower. Is the Mon broken just a move? It's everything. Like, even outside of its move, it's got a great defensive typing. It's got a decent move pool coverage-wise. And it's another Photosynthesis Mon. And it gets Hurricane, yeah. So you run Hydro Steam, Hurricane, Flamethrower, and then, like, Terra Blast, Fairy, or Protect. Depending on your item. And then you just delete everything. Gets no setup moves. It gets Agility. It gets Dragon Dance and Agility. Now, it's not a physical attacker, so Dragon Dance doesn't matter. But, like, unironically, Agility sets might become a thing on Walking Wake. Like, you build slightly bulkier, you click Agility once, you then outspeed everything. Physical attack is like 90, but its move pool for physical moves sucks. It's like Dragon Claw and Liquidation. It. So I want to like triple sticky on the clone here. I don't know if I can justify it without him having like a Revolter. We have grenade ideas, chat. What do you think clone can throw that'll do some amount of meaningful damage that won't kill him? You think clone would kill himself with a CMT? Probably would. Gets Breaking Swipe. That's mildly interesting, yeah. Fastball. Ghast Call? He'll definitely blow himself up with Ghast Call. Hunter Seeker. I have a Hunter Seeker on me. It's just a fire one, but like we can try it. We can try it. That's just no you, but Zane. It's funny, I haven't changed skill tree at all from Remote Ranger. Remote Ranger was like already no you for Zane, basically. But this is just that with like a gear swap, a singular gear swap. We're just thinking about things differently. Like now that we know Quick Breather is starting shield recharge as well, it makes sense, and maybe on some level we did know that, but like didn't consciously pay attention to it. Which is like, yeah. So without my bonus elements and Terror Annoyance active, my drones do like no damage. There's my Terror. There's a Hunter Seeker. Just park him over here and have him throw those, honestly. I think I recognize it, didn't think about it. Yeah, it's one of those things that I've probably intentionally benefited from it at some point before, but wasn't consciously thinking. Because it's a very easy thing to notice, like, now that we think about it. clone swap bug. I like that there's 7 different ways for clone swap to not work. A lot of drones. Love clone swap bug ruining speedruns. It's the best. The unfortunate thing about clone messy breakup is that, unlike Flak Pet messy breakup, you can't give him any bonus elements. You have no way of getting anything other than corrosive or shock damage out of the drones. Which, good elements to have, don't get me wrong. Did Sentinel break? Yeah, Sentinel's broken. Okay, I gotta wait for that to expire. Using messy breakup on your own person allows you to get bonus elements from your gun, your shield, from any character kit specific ones. Like obviously Moe's has a surplus. Green monster. I've never messed around with green monster messy breakup on most. Probably because it'd be relatively difficult to get a good quantity of drones. You're just gonna miss. Oh, also, messy breakup rolls reflect parts. That's another nice thing here. I have an okay formula for those. Imagine having a functional action skill. Hey Sora, how are you? The next thing to try out would be to see where we can get value out of giving Clone a safe space shield and positioning him in ways where we try to throw things off of cliffs. You guys have any spicy suggestions for that? Skaga Survival is one I want to try. But is there anything else you think we can knock off a cliff in funny ways? Might be cool in the Guardian takedown. Like here, we could be throwing the enemies off of the ledge here. For anyone who doesn't know, safe space is a shield augment that creates a knockback Nova on shield break. A very powerful one at that. Oh, clone swap bug. gonna throw a Hunter Seeker? There we go. What's that fair here? I mean, it's fire against armor and shields, so not fantastic, but definitely could have done worse. A lot of messy breakup drones. See, the way we're getting all of ours on the player, like on Zane, is this augment here. Whenever clone gets hit, we're getting a little bit of shield back. Are you how's chat? I'm okay. Hope chat is too. Yeah, I think I'm still more comfortable with light speed. But Hunter Seeker isn't like a wrong answer or anything. Close, yes. Oh, Widowmaker? That could be interesting. That could be interesting. I like that idea, Jaybridge. I think the Hunter Seeker hollow pointed the Death Sphere and killed the better half. Yeah, I'll have to make a note to try Maker. I'll try the safe space thing first. So I need two things. I need your overrated walker out of here. I know red suit gets it. I just go with that. Search safe space in Lululemon. So we got Band of Sidorak, we got red suit, torch, really? Revengeinator. Wait, Revengeinator can get safe space? Really? I'm inclined to go with that. Let him cook. Let's try out Revengeinator. What other augments? You get two? Yeah, you get two. Safe space recharge delay? That's already only a 2.3 second delay. Maybe just a health part. Make clone tankier. Yeah, Say space health. Guessing weird stuff's always fun. Hey, weird stuff was my nickname in high school. Yeah, I guess just generate terror.
Do you hear something? I believe there's a Kevin near you.
There's both a Kevin and a Jake. They're both right there. They're both right there. They look so comfy. I don't know why I'm whispering. Like, they're both awake. I'm just being an unreasonable cat person. Nature doc moment. Alright, which one of these is survival? This one's survival? Yeah. They're just doing cat things. They're so cute. We'll go true trial here so we have more time to, like, mess around with gravity. Gravity is one mean mother, huh? If you know, you know. I don't know. Skill issue. I should change grenades. Talk about shafts? No. It's a line that plays when you have Jacob use pull in Mass Effect 2. It's as cringe as he is. Something I've thought about occasionally is, like, what if we had a Time Trials mod pack? Like, just for smoothing out some things in some of the runs. Like, some of the stuff I don't even know if it is fixable. But, like... So there's a mod that removes the MTD spawn delay, so boxes doesn't become RNG hell, for example. What if we had one to, like... remove spawn delay on the Proving Grounds as well. Like, take out barrels from activities where it'd be annoying. It's like the premium version of activities for, like, EGR as one mod. I've thought about that sometimes. A Lucky 7 thing included in there, of course. Obviously, it wouldn't be Time Trials legal, but it's a thought that went through my head. A lot of this stuff's CZ already made. I just use that normally. Because a couple of these proving grounds would be incredibly fast. Not that they already haven't been made super fast, but survival and discipline, half of their runtime is waiting. Like half. Straight up. So go ahead, hit me again. Hit me. Go ahead. This is why we don't allow cliffing the skag for time trials. It's very easy to do. Best trials for our... Yeah, except for the part where you don't get the loot. But I suppose this technically is a way to do this with very little gear. Like, you'd have to hit the lost loot after every single run. Ah! Uh-oh. I fucked around and found out. Taste your own medicine. What's even in this chest? Hey, Cryostone static charge. Neat. Weapon accuracy again. I wonder. Absolute lemon. Okay, so Company Man is 50% accuracy versus the 35 you could get there. So, but you could have on class mod manufacturer accuracy and generic accuracy. What weapons do we mess around with that on? Accuracy is really fun on the boomsicle if you've never tried that. Where else are there bosses we can throw off cliffs? Oh, let's try the mobs and Guardian Takedown, see how much they ragdoll. So I can only think of one combat encounter where you don't have a cliff to throw enemies off of. Now there's many in this content where not two combat encounters you don't have cliffs to throw enemies off of. There's many in this content where there's not a cliff the player could reasonably fall off of. But there's definitely some where you could just lead enemies to if you know there's a cliff there. I got this handy pit right here. Gotta group up the enemies. Oh, did we get one? No. double strength. We got one. This is so stupid. Oh, it was almost a double. Yes. Oh, my grenades are killing things. I'm very easily amused. Enemies just don't attack you in this game. There we go. Oh, this is during an animation where it could be knocked back. Can you just not? Oh, yeah, you can knock back Vondas. They just have knockback immunity in like 3 of their attacks. It's good. It's good. Aww. Aww. Hit me. Let's go. Company man 50%, bottom passive 35. I didn't see the bottom passive when I looked. Oh no, there it is. Yeah. Huh. I am visually impaired sometimes. Yeah, it's a lot. 658 on Amara. I want to apply this to Flak. Maybe that'll be the next silly Flak thing we do. Anyway, I want to go back to Amara for a little bit. Stay space and launching is how you could eat mobs with grenades other than fastball. Or being an absolute wizard with Void Rift trajectory. Void Rift black hole, I guess. It's like that's a way to slingshot things from in front of you to behind you, or vice versa. Update title, because I'm not gonna just be playing Zane. My curiosity was satisfied. Hey, Band Tie, how you doing? Safe space allows time for the slower grenades to travel and impart yeet. Impart yeet. That is definitely a phrase. Using last stand to safely break the pestilence. Big brain. That already was a courtyard player. Hello. Make some adjustments to this. Shooting the sellout is worth the awkwardness for the self damage. Like, you were right. I always knew you were right. I like the lower level pestilence here. Where is it? This one. This one's the lowest damage pestilence I could rub my brain cells together to get. And with 2 arm steel, 5 helping hands, and Beskar, we're able to hit a few of those without too much trouble. Without using the pestilence, yeah, the arm steel points could be moved. But like, where would they go? More damage from Tempest. Don't really need Wildfire, I guess. Could get an extra point in admin. It'd be like admin vigor, I guess. Guild GTD done with this Kensei Honor Seeker setup. Nice, awesome. How you doing, Swim? That is. Going M10 might be to your liking, so you can get more than okay boomer for more throws. There's also the Slayer modifier, which, you know, Kensei triggers that, but the thing is, you won't get any of your on melee kill effects ever because Slayer will always interfere. Grenade and Ashes will start for comfort. It's probably optimal. Something I've thought about doing with the Kensei Hunter Seeker type stuff is introducing Ellie projector stuff. So you get all that elemental damage from projector burn both ends. Oops, that's the wrong button several times. Lay Bear makes such a huge difference. Beat Butters Amara sister in time. Yo, congrats. Occurs to me that instead of this corrosive, I wonder if ASC cooldown might fill in that little cooldown gap there. Because for my self damage, I already have a corrosive dot. Running a different element there is the play for sure. But like, shock is risky. Do I run shock action skill element? Actually, that might be more optimal. As long as I clear the mind, it'll be, well, it'll be sometimes less damage. But might be faster cooldowns. Damage form in layman's terms is later I'm gonna play. It is skill debuff is the category. So skill debuff is where the Harmageddon Guardian rank perk is, and then any of the similar things that are in character skill trees go there. So Laid Bare, target softening, No Way Out. All those go in that category. This does mean that on Amara builds, if you're in solo play, yes, Laid Bare is mult with everything except for Armageddon. hit the wrong button. It's fine. Let add spawn on this one. Too early. Cast too early, I guess. Okay. Could go fire for my action skill element. Shoot a corrosive pistol. Like, the weirdest part of this that I'm trying to reconcile now is I see a world in which I could do this as a Terra Cryo setup. Yes, I would be slowed all the time. But I would have access to, like, unweave and all that. What I gain from that? I'd get this. I'd get that. I'd get more value out of the points I have in Tapestry. I'm tempted to try it. I could get some value out of a Wildfire point that way. What would the gear change into, though? I could generate terror on the Face Puncher. Just Terror Cryo GA. Do I have a Terror Gen Face Puncher? Kinda surprised that I don't. I would just keep ASEs here. I'd go Rad. People say Anima breaks with Cryo Action Skill Element. What specifically breaks? It does not function if you have Anima selected. The skill just turns off. Like, I'd lose Anima, that'd be the big thing. But that would free up some skill points. Losing dot duration. I'd have to reapply more often. Let's say hypothetically I did that. I could free up 7 skill points by freeing up Anima and Arm Steel. I'd probably move the Root to Rise points over to Clarity. I'd maybe want to start looking at Samsara at that point, but provided I was still doing Beskar, I don't have to care. Does that get me anywhere interesting? Not really. Yeah, I'll stick with the current version. Let's go over to Guardian Takedown. funny, on a day where I actually got good sleep, I'm somehow more tired. What's my stream manager no worky? You guys still see, like, the stream? Yeah? Okay. Just Twitch being Twitch, and then... Still here? Cool. Quack, quack, check, quack. Oops. Wrong button again. This is very fast cooldown. To be 100% honest, I'd probably be better off going with Ember's Purge, but I like that this can hit flying enemies. Oh, not again. Hmm. I'm gonna run that again. Use the low-level pestilence for self-damage this time. physical element. I forgot to switch, to be perfectly honest. I should be going fire right now. Is there a feasible way to fit, forceful expression into this build? Like, I'd have to gut the green investment. Does that even get me there? No, I would need 7 more points from elsewhere. I mean, if we're being completely honest, I could do without Avatar. But I still don't get enough points from losing that. Wouldn't drop Avatar simply because of rush stack max. Last Zane kicking it at an awkward time. Well, without Avatar and James Cameron still made bank. Household group chat where it's like, is the internet working right for you? So there's something weird going on that's somehow not affecting my stream. Spec Avatar 2. Amara does not have a water element, silly. Cryo doesn't count. Absolutely counts. There's a squirt gun. That was my nickname in high school too. Space Jam stuck in my head. That's another thing I could integrate into this. I could run Ice Spiker in this. Another damage outlet. But I do like having Last Stand D. Last Stand D is pretty pog. Juicy red explosion. I'm surprised I'm tanky enough here. I'm gonna do me a favor and just use an emote, any emote. Some emotes don't load for me. I'm having some sort of like near full internet outage right now that for whatever reason streaming's fine. Like I can't see Yep, I can't see Quag Mad, I can't see Stones 33, yep. But I can see Quag Chad. I can see Regretti, I can see Chad Sire. Can't see Sunsip. Can't see the soccer emote. Can't see Quag Walk. And not see Quag Caller. You just used a blank emote. Okay, so let's see. Of all of those you put, Swin, I can see Swinlanom, Lull, Qua, Quag Keck, Lazy to Comfy, Quag Hype, Lazy to Neapple, Lazy to Comfy. Can't see the rest of those. I can see Quag Meow and Quag Stare. Completed DLC 4, is there any story quests after? No. Oh, well, do you mean like for the whole game? Or in DLC 4? Should ask that first. Yeah, because DLC 6 has story missions. There's 4 of them. They each unlock at different points throughout the story. The 4th one of which only unlocks after beating the entire base game story. All available in Ava's room on Sanctuary. I don't have 6 mindfulness, so I can't skip the jump entirely. Oh yeah, I'm not using a fish slap. That's not how that works. I was a little slow moving there. I need to go get lunch. Pretty sure my stomach just tried to summon Mephisto. Oof. Yeah, definitely get some food. Beskar putting in work here. You're so tanky with this shield on. People who think you need lifesteal in this game are delusional. See, also you need Revolter, right? Oh, finally went down. Due to my own poor decision making. Actions having consequences in Borderlands content, could you imagine? Does Violent Tapestry also give cryo efficiency? Yes. Yes, it does. Cryo connects to status in inconsistent ways depending on specific attribute. Sometimes status chance is cryo efficiency. Sometimes status damage is cryo damage. The case by case thing. Can't Twitter would shit itself. What, the consequences things win? Yeah, imagine. I try to use other action skill elements, but like corrosive is just so good. Imagine no consequences. I wonder if you can. No lifesteal. Revolt or survival from a good plan. I mean, no consequences is just what Zane players want. At least the people who identified themselves as the true Zane players during BL3's content cycle. There were people legitimately angry when commitment was capped to 2 stacks. Those players. Same people who were angry that dots still hit them with duct tape mod. Those people. Like, you don't want to play games at that point. You want to watch movies. Raise commitment cap to 5, remove the cooldown, give it to Amara. That'd be overall a good change because it would barely affect Zane. But I'm also against anything that makes Zane stronger in any possible way. So, I'm a little torn on that one first. Because, like, in the grand scheme of things, giving Zane that additional gun damage doesn't change how he functions. Just makes you able to get away with some worse choice making. Towards the lower end of the player input scale. But, like, the thing is, put in perspective that commitment going from 2 to 5 stacks is absolutely insane, and you're in the territory of, like, multiple character skill trees worth of gun damage on one skill. It's already not far off being as much gun damage as Amara gets in all of her trees. It is, not far from that at all. At 2 stacks. Commitment's already at 2, the 3rd biggest gun damage skill in tree? Off the top of my head? 3rd? Drowning Brass Lover, commitment being 2 effects and 0 drawbacks hurts. Be a cooldown only skill and be among the top skills. Yep. Like, Amara has a cooldown skill in the same place in her blue tree that is, the cooldown, it's less cooldown than 1 point of commitment gives per point. And that's commitment before kill skill efficiency boosts. And it also doesn't have a secondary effect. Like, why? Restless. No, she needs a nap between every action skill activation. I really need to move those points, because they're just meme points here. 5% per point is, like, omega bad. Shit blue, cooldown skills, EP. EP even got buffed. Yeah. Yeah. I think Restless actually wins in a fight versus EP just because Restless has better uptime. But, like, that's not much of a win for Restless. I'll tell you that much. Been like eager to impress, changed my mind. Yes. Oh, they could have done something like head count, but with I don't know, dot application. Predetermined seed with an internal cooldown back on dot application. Head combo is Samsara stack mechanic. Quack mad. The thing, a lot of the predetermined stuff, Abridge, is that a lot of it is healthier than the stuff that isn't. Like, the only reason Seeing Dead's acceptable now is because it got outclassed by a better Band-Aid. But Seeing Dead is you know, not the predetermined variety to our knowledge. And it's more problematic than, say, Bounty Hunter's effect of turning on your kill skills. Like, people use Bounty Hunter for other things more than they use it for it turning on kill skills, which is the exact inverse of Seeing Dead. People use Seeing Dead because it turns on kill skills, and very rarely for the other things. Predetermines what makes one-shot stuff feel good to do. I take that over to random any day. I speak both for Short Fuse and Two Fang there. Yeah, Short Fuse and Two Fang benefit from that immensely with their identity. I think it also makes Leave No Trace and Means of Destruction just feel good in gameplay, because you are still rewarded by forcing more points into them and forcing more iterations in the chain. But it stops them from being problematic. Like, we saw what Leave No Trace was before it had the internal cooldown Um, it needs both the internal cooldown and the pseudo randomness to feel as well balanced as it does. Take away one and it starts shit starts getting weird. Because one of the biggest strengths of Leave No Trace is that you can consistently maintain weapons that you shoot infrequently. Like, it's reliable. Like, when you shoot an enemy with, say, a stagecoach, you know that you are going to be able to get another shot as long as you land your projectiles. Like, you know. It being true random, you no longer know that. And Leave No Trace being true random eventually leads down a path that results in Gorillas in the Mist becoming optimal for more flak builds again. Because then you just fish for the mythical activation where you proc Leave No Trace on every single bullet. So you just dumped a ×8 Monarch into an enemy's face without having to stop for an entire Gorilla's duration, you know? Like, shit like that would happen. It's not randomly people who don't do the deep dive, and again, maybe that folks won't make a difference. Yeah, that's the thing. With a well-designed pseudo-random skill, it's functionally indistinguishable from true random. Like, with short fuse, it doesn't affect people's usage of it at all. Like, if short fuse was true random, it would just be worse on average. It's a trigger that it doesn't work how the card says it works. Yeah, that's valid. Hey, Perek, how you doing? How are we? Having a weird partial internet outage right now. Like, some badges and stuff aren't loading for me. Apparently, no one else in my house has a connection right now. My stream manager doesn't work, but, like, OBS still connected. And stream's still working, so, I don't know. Trying to call it predetermined car would just confuse things further. Yeah, I think so too. Can't be succinct. I don't know if Amara has any skills like this off the top of my head, but I know Flak has a couple skills that are so wordy that you need to scroll, and at least for mouse and keyboard, you can't scroll because they broke that. Yeah, I don't think Amara has anything like that. Flak has some that's worthy enough for that. And even then, that's Interplanetary Stalker. AKA one of the skills with the most going on under the hood that doesn't work the way you'd expect. Mindfulness is wordy out the scroll bar was shown. Right, but all the information was already there. The scroll bar was shown, but it was just to, like, see the rest of the number for the max mindfulness stacks, which you can already see higher up on the card. It was close. The game had a sort of advanced info, like weapons get an inspect, then it can go from there. Got an inspect screen, just their inspect screen isn't good at delivering information because fundamentally it is a Borderlands UI element, which they do not use to deliver you information. Just there to look pretty. Flak had fun misspellings, can't speak, like Fla and Flakaka. Fla bad. Fla is bad. I think we can all agree on Fla bad. Definitely agree to that. Team Sport K. For real. How you doing, Irish? There we go. URAD Golden Rule Grenade Amara for True Guardian takedown. Dude, you're right, I did oversleep. See, I told you. I told you. Badges are back. Let me see if my stream manager works now. I'll refresh. Nope. Nope. This is the weirdest thing. I have no internet connection, but I'm live. I don't know what to do. Still see me? Yeah, I don't know how this works. ISP, help. Given how infrequently I threw to light speed there, triple sticky's pretty comfortably better for this content. But I want to get why do I have ASC shock here? Yeah, I guess that is the play, huh? Or does fire make sense? Fire does make some sense. Yeah, with that, fire makes sense. I want to do another one just to anathema. I want to see how we do there. No, I use red suit for a pestilence build. The fuck? So we've got this pestilence is the one we use for killing things. And then this one is our self-damage pestilence. Yeah, that's fine. We're using a Beskar for the damage reduction and also for basically turning off enemy damage from ranged enemies being a threat. And it works out quite nicely. Oh, no, I forgot to switch guns before I respawn. Hang on, that's another death. It is very funny that you spawn in with the pestilence still broken. You could just be in an infinite death loop like this. That'd be a great way to troll someone. If you only have one weapon equipped, you just have to either save quit or open your inventory fast enough, right? That's the only way. Or I suppose you could keep doing that until you get a cycle where last stand triggers. And then you're able to switch. It doesn't beat flat purple doing with a pet. That's true. Some advanced cooldown right there. There's also some advanced dying. Still love watching BO3. It's a real shame that the theory graphics spark out for this game went away. I wouldn't even view it that way at all. Snow Spawn, because there's this weird idea in current gaming culture that your interest in any game is permanent. That is not how games designed, and that's generally not how people work. As much as I love BL3 and always come back to it, and it's just kind of like the cornerstone for what I do when I don't have any particular plans, my interest in this game isn't infinite either. It's just we haven't reached the point where it's where I'm completely tapped out. There's peaks and valleys to it for sure. Like there was a few months where I didn't touch it at all with Wonderland's release, and then there was a few months more recently where I was doing mostly Dragon Age, mostly Wonderlands. Like, I think just because you don't necessarily have anything you'd like to do in the game right now, I don't think that means that your spark for the game is gone. Just means you're not consuming it in binge format anymore. there's lots of games that I'll go absolutely buck wild on for like a week and then not touch again for 4 years. But I'm still just as passionate when I'm in it. Describe my relationship with beer. I took out the wrong pestilence a couple times there, if anyone's wondering why that was so scuffed. Throne reset. Fortunately, I'm not speedrunning right now. I can be more chill. Being a little greedy with pestilence usages there. I still find myself sliding before meleeing at the edge of my range because Wonderlands. Gives you a range increase. Are you meaning to repeatedly down yourself with that pestilence explosion? So at first, no. And in the middle, yes. But then towards the end, no, until I actually managed to get up and switch. Hey Thermal, how you doing? Being very aggressive. I'm gonna have to crystal juggle here. It's been a minute since I've had to do that. Wide grab. Not sure what got me. Another crystal doing. Oh, I still got time. This shit's so forgiving. Give you so much time. Clear this, make some progress for after bounce. I'll spin when I'm doing good, just tired to stay up playing. Nice. Sounds like you've been enjoying the game. Love to hear it. I feel like Phase Slam would be better for crystals. That excites me. Not playing for a few months, but I'm back at it. That fits right with the topic we were talking about. Sometimes you just take take a break from a game for a while. Doesn't mean you're any less interested in it overall. Doesn't mean you don't like the game. Doesn't mean you're forever burnt out from the game. Just means sometimes you gotta step away. I think that's a healthy way to consume. My game crash. Let's... Okay. Okay, the issue here is because I kind of don't have an internet connection right now. I can't get hot fixes back if I relaunch. So, go back to Titanfall 2 every once in a while, then I get sick of it and go back to single player games. It'd be like that. Impromptu Hades. I'll probably just end early, to be honest. I'm looking to see if I can connect from here. Yeah, no, that's probably just gonna be it for today. I gotta figure out this internet thing. Sorry for the sudden end. I was gonna do like a couple more takedowns, maybe mess around with that flak accuracy stuff. Flaccuracy. But I guess that'll just be next time. Tomorrow, day off. Monday, more stream. Maybe this, maybe that Metroid thing that I've been putting off. Yeah, I'm gonna go fight with my ISP, I guess. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.